Hello, my friends. This is part 4, last part of the story of Tinker's adventures. I'll reiterate where we got to yesterday. So, with that, Poppy flew out of the cat flap, gave Mighty Oak, Tinker, and Parker a thumbs up, and fled out of the garden. Mighty Oak heard Rose say, I don't know what got into her. She hasn't been like that before. I'm so sorry, Susan. Tinker couldn't stand it. He had to look in the window to see what was going on. He looked in the cottage window. It was a lovely kitchen, except the table had milk and cereal all over it. Gosh, that cat went mad in there, Tinker thought. Why would the tree ask her to do this? And what did all that have to do with stopping a road being built? There was a blonde-haired lady looking sad, holding a picture frame. The glass was broken. It was a painting. Oh, it's a painting of Mighty Oak. There was an elderly lady with her arm around the other lady's shoulder. She said, "Look, your painting's not damaged and I'll buy a new frame." "What's this?" asked the younger lady. There was a piece of paper inside the frame behind the picture. They opened it up. It was a really old document. It had yellowed with age. It was a law dated from 1708, saying how the grounds where the cottages were built and surrounding areas, that no thoroughfares, lanes, or roads were to be built on these protected woods. It was quite a large area of woodland, 7 square miles. Rose suddenly remembered. I put that in the back of the painting about 12 years ago. Ron and I needed that, and I thought I'd lost it, and then I found it in my cake recipe book, so I put it behind your painting. I knew it would be safe there. Just then the children ran to a man coming into the kitchen. "Daddy, Daddy, look what the naughty cat did." Just then Tinker's eyes met with the man's. Oh no, he was walking towards the window. "Shoo! Shoo!" Tinker jumped down from the window. No wonder, I expect Poppy saw that squirrel at the window. Tinker stood by the cat flap. They couldn't see him, but he could still hear. "What's that?" Rose and Susan explained that Tinker, and then Tinker heard the man say, "Well, I don't see how they can legally build this road. As far as I can tell, that law does not allow it. No, I'm sure the council should never have passed that. I'll get this photocopied. Do you realize, I think with this we can stop that road going ahead at the back of the park. I won't be long." With that, the man left with the old document. In the kitchen, the ladies were talking. If Poppy had not knocked that painting off the wall, well, it doesn't bear thinking about. I can't believe I forgot all about it. Even when those people stopped us in the village to sign their petition, even then, signing that, I still forgot all about it. "It's kippers for that cat today, I think," said Rose. "Don't worry, Rose. Mark will sort it out, I'm sure. He knows all about legal stuff." Tinker relayed everything he heard to the Mighty Oak and the other creatures. "Where did they all come from, Parker?" asked Tinker. "You're quite famous now, Tinker. Word spread. If you had not come to Mighty Oak, well, lots of creatures would be homeless, and some would have been killed by all that machinery." "Parker, why did Mighty Oak not do something sooner? It sounds like you knew about the road for ages." "I know, we did. To be honest, my little friend, I don't think Mighty Oak thought it would really happen. He did know about the law because he told us Rose and Ron needed to use it years ago. I don't think the council actually approved it till as late as last week, and we did not know that till you came." And then Mighty Oak suddenly remembered seeing Rose hide it in the picture frame. "So you see, it really is thanks to you." Why a council would approve of something when it was against the law on protected land, I don't know. More and more creatures were gathering around Mighty Oak, waiting to hear any news. It seemed like ages, when suddenly Susan came in the garden. All the animals scattered. She was pacing up and down with her mobile phone. Then it rang. It was Mark. It was fantastic news. All works on the road had to be stopped immediately. It turned out a man on the council took a bribe from the people building the road. He had destroyed any evidence of the old law, not knowing that Rose had a copy. Susan ran indoors to spread the news. They all cheered, not as much as the animals and Mighty Oak outside. Tinker, over all the cheering, heard his mother's voice there in the park. Just Just over the other side of the fence was his mother and father and Zack sitting on a deer. Tinker leapt over the fence. They jumped off the deer and they all hugged. "I am so proud of you," said his mother. Mighty Oak had said 3 cheers for our little hero, Tinker. "Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray!" "Tinker, it is a great thing you have done this day, and I have a surprise for you and your family." He opened his branches to reveal a huge hole in his trunk, and in it was hundreds and hundreds of acorns. "You don't have to worry about food this winter." Just then, magpies, pigeons all flew over with carrier bags that people had sadly dropped. Tinker looked amazed as mice, squirrels, rabbits filled the bags with the acorns and then passed them to the birds, and off they flew. The Mighty Oak smiled kindly, looking at the 4 squirrels. "Your food will be at your home on your return." "Thank you so much, Tinker." "Thank you. Now, has anyone got any questions?" Tinker put up his little paw. "I have. What's a car?" How they all laughed. The end.